welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Chat G&G, an episode of Chat G&G. And look, it may be the festive period and people are out there relaxing, but we, as in me and Gags Tandon, are not relaxing. We are not relaxing. We have priorities, and Liverpool is our priority, Gags. And my God, it feels like we can speak about Liverpool every day and it still won't be enough. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Life is good right now. Being a Liverpool fan, we're about to embark on a very, very busy period of football involving us. And every game, Gags, every game is like, it's that feeling again, isn't it? Like the one we longed for under Jurgen Klopp, title races, Champions League qualifications, and then knockout stages, semi-finals of cup competitions, another domestic cup about to start. What a time to be a Red, eh?
These are the best of times, especially when you have a win like that, Grizz, at whatever you want to call it, the Spurs Stadium, whatever. I was going to say White Hart Lane again then, but yeah, these are like you said, these are the times you live for, and I think when you go and see an away game like that, or at least a performance like that, especially after the 2 draws, where we were a little bit nervous, is this our blip? Is this Slot's first blip? And then they blow it out of the water. So,
what did we say?
We've got a few people. Afternoon, two housewives favorites of AI at this time of year.
Behave, Dave. Yeah, please stop getting me in trouble. But
100 G&G back again. Ali is saying good afternoon, guys, and Nadir. Wow, this is very kind of him. 2 dons of LFC club. Not sure about that, but yeah.
We'll take it still. We'll absolutely take it and run with it. Like we take the 3 points, and we absolutely ran away with the game. Look, me and you discussed it, and we were not nervous. I think we wanted a reaction after 2 draws. Obviously, contrasting draws. One was a battling, feisty old affair at Newcastle where we didn't play well, but hey, we were so close to a victory. And then it was the opposite where we played brilliantly, but because of the red card and factors around that red card, we only drew. At the end of the day, it was 2 points. And me and you both said we need to get 3 points. And the performance is a bonus. And boy, was that performance a bonus.
We blew them out the water completely. And I know we should probably, I'm the one who brings in the objective part. Is that was a weakened Spurs team, big time. And by the time they have got a few fit players back for the 6th, it might be a bit different. The game might be a little bit different. So I wouldn't want anyone to get too overconfident about playing them again. And it might be a totally different game on January. What is it, 7th or 6th or 8th, something like that. It's moved to. Who knows if they get their defenders back. I mean, I don't know if they will or not, but I mean, it'll be the same game if they don't get their defenders back.
I was going to say, Gags, the thing is, right, stylistically, and we discussed it, and we even discussed the way Jurgen Klopp, gosh, I got to get out of this. Jurgen Slot, I've been calling him recently. Jurgen Slot.
Jurgen Slot.
Yeah. But I tell you why I said Jurgen Slot on my post-match as well. Because that performance had the blitzkrieg style of Jurgen Klopp, yet the calm and composed nature of our attacks of Arne Slot. So I love the combination of both styles, and this is what he's bringing to the table right now. He's almost, I feel as though he's planning games strategically, Gags. I don't know what you think. It's not one size fits all, one style fits all. He's varying the game plan and tactics and even roles. We may get into individual roles, but I feel as though he's varying the roles and stylistically magnificently so far.
But not only that, and we'll get to the roles and styles, but he's also maybe playing some mind games. Like people were trying to get him to say something negative about Ange. Postecoglou. Sorry, I called him Postecoglou there because he's been pretty rubbish.
Enough. He's all right, mate.
To be fair, he is a Liverpool fan, I think, or at least likes them, so we should be kinder. But somebody said something. So I can't remember where it was, or read it, or I heard it, but
Mhm.
someone said, "Oh, this." I think he actually played a mind game there because he wanted Ange to play the same way that he's been playing because he knows this team would just destroy that team if they play the same way. So had he come out and said something like, "Yeah, I think Spurs shouldn't be playing the same way as they are. It'll fit into our," just say, imagine it'll fit into our style. Instead, he said, "No, he plays the way he wants to play. It's great. Yeah, I respect him a lot." Do you get what I mean? It's like, yeah, kind of butters people up to like just carry on doing what they're doing. And I don't know. Somebody said it might have been a mind game. But if he's doing that, and by the way, he is smart. He has worked with psychologists, sports psychologists at Feyenoord. So maybe he's picked up some some tricks and tips.
I don't think it's a maybe, Gags. I think now that you've put it out there in the thoughts and minds of people watching, listening, let us know what you guys think. First and foremost, guys, I hope you have liked and subscribed the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over. You know that meme of what was his name? The ex-man McLaren. You know when he's that meme. Come on over. Don't ignore us. Come on over to YouTube.
Then he walks off.
Yeah, then he walks off. Come on, but we don't want to walk off empty-handed. We want you guys to come on over, subscribe to the YouTube of Anfield Index. Some stunning work and effort being made by the rest of the gang. And so like and subscribe, and Liverpool content for days, every day. And as we're showing today, no rest for the wicked. But Gags, I think you're spot on about the mind games. And I like this about him. He's showing new traits, new characteristics. His personality is coming out more and more. I actually look forward to the press conferences. Am I a sado? I don't think I am. I can't wait to listen to him.
You're a passionate, all encompassed, and you're completely
He's
invested.
engaging. He's very fascinating to listen to.
You're totally invested. I'll be honest, I don't get time to watch all of the press conferences. I just don't. But I love that. I love how invested you are at the moment, Grizz. I am totally invested in the games. Like literally have to watch it. Obviously, I have to watch it because I do the shows straight after. But no matter what, I would watch those games every single. I don't think I've missed a game, apart from there was a wedding I had to go to, and even then I was trying to watch it on my. The only time I've missed it is maybe on a flight. Is if I'm flying is the only time I've missed a game in the last. As long as we've been allowed to stream the games, since then, I don't think I've missed a Liverpool game while I'm either there or I'm watching it at home. There's even my family plan trips and shopping
absolutely
around Liverpool. Like that's how they know. Like the wife's trained; she knows Liverpool is Liverpool, and then we can go do whatever we want to do. So that's
absolutely. Absolutely. The diary of family situation, excursions, ways, events is always based around checking Liverpool fixtures and then working it from there. But yeah, look, what a time to be alive. And look, we made that trip to Spurs, man. Look, the lineup we kind of pretty much knew. I did put it out in the atmosphere that Diaz will start, because we were adamant like Jota is going to start. I said, Diaz, don't put it past. It seems like
Diaz did well.
But this is the point I want to make, Gags, and I want to get your opinion as well. And people let us know as well what you guys think in the chat. We'll bring your comments up if they make sense. Even if they don't make sense, we'll bring them up to laugh at you anyway. But this Diaz through the center.
Yeah.
And he seems to have picked it. Let's analyze the games he's picked it, Gags. Probably the toughest fixtures: Madrid, Manchester City, Spurs away.
There may be more as well.
There may be more. I was going to say maybe Leverkusen as well. So it seems as though loves Diaz in this position, and he thinks it's part of his strongest 11 with Gakpo off the left, Diaz through the center, playing this. Shall we call it a false nine or roam? I call it a roaming nine, Gags. I don't call it a false nine. I think him and Szoboszlai are joint tandem roaming niners. That's my new phrase and term. What do you think?
Yeah, double pivot nines. I don't know. I mean,
That's we got to look. Everyone else thinks of new names and terms. Let's have a
yeah,
go as well. Let's have a bash as well.
I
Double
think they
roaming Niners.
double roaming Niners, the Niners,
The
the
Niners.
NFC Niners. I think you might be right. The way Bosley, especially in this game, was turning up in the box and around it. I thought it was his best game. We talked about it post match. We thought it was his best game for Liverpool, maybe ever for Szoboszlai. But Diaz, I agree. I think he's popping up all over the pitch. And some of the runs he made, the 2 goals he scored, for example, the one for the Trent, what a a run from deep to come in, time it. The header was incredible as well. He's like twisting his body, like when he heads it one way, but when he falls, he's falling on his back. So he had to do some acrobatics to get that onto that header. But the run is from outside the box and just charging in, perfect. Same for the second goal. Mo stops the ball, passes it. The timing, it's like perfect running onto that ball. First time shot. That's what he's good at. When he doesn't have to think. He's great as well. Like when he's got too much time, I think sometimes he makes the wrong decision, Diaz. But when he's just got to do it split second, there's so much skill. He's got so much skill that he can get it right.
It's very similar, and people that maybe don't watch him or don't know where he plays for his national team, this is exactly the role he's got for his national
Right.
team. He's the spearhead, he's the kingpin, he has the free role, he's allowed to do what he wants. Obviously, he's not allowed to do what he wants in this team because we have a few kingpins and a few amazing players. But nevertheless, I think he loves this position, Gags. I think he prefers this position. We don't know. We haven't heard any quotes or anyone. We haven't heard or read. I don't know if you have. We haven't read or heard any articles where he speaks about his preferred position and role. But I think if someone asks him in the next few weeks, I think we may have more. We may find out that he prefers this role to being stuck out on the wide left. I think if he was more involved, more touches. And you know what? You're spot on about the 2 goals. They are absolutely brilliant forward goals. Like the first one, everyone's been eulogizing over Trent's ability on the ball. And of course, why not? Because it was amazing. But you're spot on to bring up the header. That was a very difficult header made to look so easy. And he headed it with so much accuracy and pace that it just whizzed off the surface. One of those ones where it just
it can't impossible surface.
And the second one, the synchronization of the attack, I thought it was poetry in motion. I'm sorry to use terminology from the Klopp era again, but that was poetry in motion, Gags. The whole move, it was so beautifully synchronized. And you're right, the timing of the run and the timing of the pass. Do you reckon it changes our plans moving forward in terms of type of forward we go for, a striker? And where does it leave Nunes and Jota then? Because that's 3 central strikers. If we're guessing and assuming on the basis of selection that he really prefers Diaz through the middle.
I think what happens is that the brilliant thing about the forwards right now is that they can play a multitude of roles. So Diaz can, by the way, the phrase that I've been using on AI since 2013 is perfection in anticipation. So literally the pass and the run, it's just perfection in anticipation. The player anticipates the pass to come. That's why he's making the run, and bang, it's done. And that's since the UP days, old under pressure days. So that's what we're trying. So if you've been a long time listener, you probably heard me say that a lot. And that's what's happening right now with these players, is they're so like this right now that they know what's going to happen when. Like, for example, Zobo going in and just squaring it, knowing Mo is going to be there. It's like all very split-secondy stuff going on. But I think, just to go through the forward line, Nunes can play left or center. Yeah. Gakpo can play left and center. Yeah, I know, favourite and all that. Diaz can probably play across the line if he wants to. He can play right, left, or center. Jota can play left and center, and sometimes has tried on the right. I think Mo can play centrally as a 10 as well if he wanted to. As he's getting slower, he can play in those positions if he wanted to.
I've heard the shout about Mo central. I'm not doing that.
Not now, but I think as he grows older, his finishing is so good he could do it if he wanted to. So I just think if we sign him, he has an option to do that. So I would rather we go for an electric winger than a striker, I would keep Jota and Diaz if Nunes goes and get another maybe left and right sided, like that can play on both sides. Because we can switch the center around. Gakpo can go in there sometimes if he wanted to. Mo
Yeah.
can go in there if he wanted to. You know what I mean? And I think it's better because if Diaz is working this way, and by the way, Ollie Chuck, sorry, I've had your chat on for ages and we didn't get to it. But yeah, we agree. Totally great engines. And also,
That's a great point.
Cam Branch is here to say the back to the pre-Arsenal levels from Diaz. I just think maybe we go for someone a bit more electric on the wings, because I think if Diaz does love this role and prefers it, and Arne prefers it as well, then why should we change it? Why? If he's scoring and he's enjoying it and he's got so much skill, dude. Diaz as well, so he could do anything. He can charge at players, he can run at them. He can do a bit of everything. So
his strength is underrated as well. You know, in terms of his hold up play, it can improve before people start saying, no, he can't, he's not a hold up type striker. We don't really utilize him in that way. We actually use Salah as the guy to play the ball up to, because of his brute strength for his size. But like pound for pound, Salah is one of the strongest players in the world for me. Like pound for pound, like you don't think nothing of him. 5'9", 5'8". Yet you try moving him off the ball, it's near impossible without fouling. So I think we use Gakpo and we use Salah as our hold-up players. I feel what I'm seeing now is we're using Szoboszlai and Diaz as our runners, and so it's a different way of playing. But yeah, look, I mentioned that guy Szoboszlai. How can we talk about Spurs game and not talk about Szoboszlai? I mean, me and you, I haven't spoken to you about Szoboszlai, and what do you think about his move so far? I mean, we were excited at the time. Was it Schmatka's first venture into the market as a footballing director?
Probably.
We paid the release clause. It was one of those deals that was signed, sealed, and delivered within 48 hours, it seems. Well, I don't know what you've made of him. What do you think? And has anything changed?
Nice shout out to Bob Paddock as well about agreeing with us on Slot and where you can place them. For Szoboszlai, I think I love him. I loved him at the start of last season. I think the problem with him last season was that Klopp overplayed him. He wasn't ready. So it was, again, something that we were talking about or was being spoken about on Under Pressure. You should go and listen to that show regularly because they predicted it. He was running really hot for the minutes in terms of, his career average of minutes. He'd done them already by like halfway through the season. So the drop off was inevitable. The injuries were inevitable for him because he'd never played that amount of minutes before. If you're coming from a different league and you get rotated and whatever, when you came and Klopp really needed his players, really needed the energy in midfield. That was why they were bought. They were bought because we had no energy. Now, what we didn't do was do what Slot's doing, where Szoboszlai doesn't play every game. Would he want him to play every game? I bet you he fucking does. Sorry, I bet you he bloody does. Shouldn't be swearing on YouTube. But I bet you he does because he gives us so much energy in the middle, the pace from the middle. You've seen some of the growing in confidence. In fact, I was watching all of Mo's goals this season yesterday on YouTube. They just popped up on my timeline. And Szoboszlai's got like 3 or 4 assists for Mo this year. Just Mo. So the link up with Mo's good as well. Like they're really good friends apparently as well. So the whole thing for me is I love him. He was mismanaged this year. He's being managed better this year. He's the best presser in the team. He's the furthest runner. He's got the most sprints every game. He's running the furthest every game. You tell me how that you can't respect and love that. Yes, sometimes he's not having the best game. Not everybody does have every game have the best game. Does he need to be a bit more consistent? Totally agree. But he is working his ass off every game and you cannot deny it. The stats are there, the numbers are there. So the respect has to be there as a fan base, because why do we work? Because we need the energy. So if Liverpool need the energy and everybody else is scoring the goals or doing bits and we're winning and we've got this record going where we haven't lost in 18 games now, he's a major integral part of that, and so is Curtis Jones when he plays, because they bring the energy, they bring the effort in that middle. So from my perspective, mate, I absolutely love Dom. I think he's underrated massively by our fan base, and I think he's going to kick on and become even more integral to how he plays. And as he goes through these seasons where he's playing 5,000, 6,000 minutes, he's going to be able to repeat that more and more as it goes on if we can protect him now. So, yeah, I mean, mate, I don't know if I've gone over there but too much, but I love him. I think he's absolutely fantastic.
No, I wanted to know your take on it because it is seemingly the topic. And look, this is what we do on Chat GNG. We talk about the hot topics of the week or of the days, and this is it. After that hot sizzling display from Dominik Szoboszlai, the talk was, what have we made of his time at Liverpool so far? And I think you've given your opinion, and I kind of agree. I can't really disagree. We hate just nodding away and agreeing everything we were saying, but sometimes we have to agree on something that's staring at you, right? By the way, there's 750 of you guys watching on Twitter. Even if 50 of you come over and subscribe right now, that would be amazing for us, because we're trying to venture into the YouTube market. And it's hard work, but it's worth it, because we get to speak to you on a regular basis, interact with you live and direct in the chat. And it's a good feeling. This is how we build communities, and so even if 50 of you, over 700 watching, come over, give us a subscribe and a like. We would appreciate it so much. There's 50 of you guys in here anyway, and there's only 18 likes. So that means there's about 30 of you that don't like me or that don't like Gags. Like, what's going on? Like, how can you not like Gags? Okay, I can understand you're not liking me. So let's get that going.
Well, no,
we're talking about Liverpool.
I think
Come
if
on,
you're
guys.
watching,
We're talking about Liverpool here.
Yeah.
The amazing Liverpool right now. Is that one defeat in 21 now or something? But
yeah,
it's mad.
like that. That's the question.
You never walk alone, food. He says, is Dom the new genie? Do you want to go first?
I think Ginny was completely different. Personally, I get the role wise. I don't think Slot plays the same as Klopp. Ginny wasn't he wasn't allowed to come off the shackles. He could play forward. He could attack. I mean, we saw at his other clubs he could score goals, but he rarely did that for us. He sat always, or he worked really hard. And yeah, I don't think he was always the person who ran the most. So no, I don't think the comparison's the same. I think he just sat and he was solid. He read the game really well. But I think it's a totally different role for Szoboszlai. So I
agree with you. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. But check this one out. So because I think, okay, I get absolutely in terms of both vital components of the system that the respective managers play. But here's a shout. And this will split the fan base, because that name, as soon as you mention Jordan Henderson, the fan base just parts, like the Red Sea.
Dhananjay saying he's a hybrid of Ginny and Hendo.
Oh, there you go. I don't know who said that, but there you go. Yeah. I think he's more Henderson, especially in terms of how he is used as the trigger presser, like Henderson was used. Go chase them. And I agree with you. Ginny covered more spaces. Ginny covered more runners. Henderson disrupts the back line of the opposition. And I think Szoboszlai is used more in that role. Now, we know Henderson was always accused of not having enough goal involvements. And we see similar criticisms of Szoboszlai, but what we forget is Szoboszlai is only 24, Gags. I believe, unless he's turned 25 recently, I think he's only 24 years old. A new country, pretty much a new language. Like, he speaks good English, but it's not his first language.
He's fantastic English. Yeah.
No, I mean, I want to call it. I've heard him interviews, like he speaks it, but come on, he speaks it like our parents spoke it when they came over for us. I mean, he speaks it like that. Come on, bro. He does. Let's call a spade a spade. But the fact is, he's young. He's come to a new environment. 2 new coaches, Gags. As you said, Pep Linders and Klopp played total different to how Slot and Klopp want him to play. And he's learning on job. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Yes, the frustration, I agree with you. Decision making. That final pass, that final shot, but that will come with experience. We said the same thing for Curtis Jones. We still say the same thing often about Harvey Elliott. These are things that will develop and come. So I think he's been a fantastic ray of light But let us know
Uh,
what you got. Cam
yeah, I
says
mean,
Dom is all about power.
yeah, I mean, Szoboszlai Hendo never been a 10.
I
That's
don't think
what.
Szoboszlai is a 10, guys. I've been having this argument and debate. There is nothing 10 about him. Like, that's just a number. I think what Slot wants from his players is different to what our opinions or our what we've been brought up as 10s. 10s are Bergkamp, Zola's. Who else comes to mind, top of your head, as a number 10, a classic number 10? You know, Dominik Szoboszlai is not your classic number
No,
10, guys.
no.
Like, forget that.
Coutinho,
That's just a number. Who?
Coutinho.
Coutinho. You know, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Totti is your number 10. You know, these guys, Del Piero, as I said, you know, players of the past. He's not a number 10. He may be just by number and as a role if you're playing FIFA, but he's anything but a 10. I think he's a slot destroyer. He uses him as a spearhead.
Yeah.
He's
Pasio,
he's not spearhead.
yeah, Pasio's saying he's got more ability, but he's not as secure as either Gini or Hendo. Jordan could also grab hold of the team and control. I don't agree with that. I don't think Hendo could. Maybe at the start or early on, but I mean, I don't think Jordan ever controlled the tempo. I think it was the rest of the team that.
It was not his strongest point. It was not.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Hendo bought the only part where you could say they were similar is the running. Hendo would run and run and run and run for the team. That is what he bought. Yes, he could pass the ball, very technically good on the ball, could pass and he could, but wouldn't control the tempo. He was not press resistant enough to control the tempo. He'd have to keep going backwards. Hendo couldn't take a player on and run past them. Szoboszlai's got pace, so he can get past players. I mean, if you look at someone who can control a game, Gravenberch, I think, can. Like, he can. If you look at him, he can just take players on with touches, with flicks, and the way he slaloms past players, he can really control it if he wants to. He's growing yet. He's too young.
I think to develop that conversation in terms of, because the next question will be, well, who is the tempo controller? I think it's obvious it's McAllister. I mean, McAllister is the conductor of the team. Yes. Everyone has got a different role, and McAllister is that what. I can't remember the name. Sorry, whoever suggested that. That is the guy who is the controller and tempo, the tempo controller, I guess. Yeah. But Szoboszlai, I mean, look, when have you seen a number 10 challenge the last man or the winger in the right back situation? You know, this is what this guy. He's all action, and I think I'd like to think he's got attributes of all three of our previous legends, and they are legends of the club, despite what people want to say about them. Fabinho, Gini, and Henderson are legends of the club, and I'd like to think Szoboszlai has a mixture of all of those profiles, and he'll only get better. So it's good. But what was that last one? Maka is more like Gini than Szoboszlai. Yeah, that's a shout. But look, but was you? We blitzed into moving on from the game. We blitzed into the 5-1, and it was like Ole champagne football. Do you like the fact that, not like the fact, but the fact that we conceded 3, so a little slap on the wrist as well. Must do better. Yet we walked away with 3 points. So that's always a good thing, right? When you can have a little slap on the wrist, no complacency, and still get 3 points.
Yeah, there was a comment about this. I want to bring it up. Let me just say, was it right? Oh my God, so many comments, guys, today that I can't. There you go.
There you go. I told you you're not going to keep up. You better give me control. I'll do a better job than you.
I do appreciate all the comments. But one of the guys said that it was a great win, but the 3 goals means that Slot can keep on top of them, and like you said, just give him a bit of a slap. But I actually thought. They were meaningless anyway. We call it garbage time on UP, or at least the UP guys do. Basically conceding, if you look at the goals that we've conceded, a lot of them have been in garbage time. So, which is basically when the game is pretty much over. So that's what this was. And when we needed to, we just turned it on again and scored another. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it keeps us honest for the next few games. And
there's nothing wrong with that. It's brilliant. It's when you're in that position, because I like the way he, after press conference or after the game when they interview him, he always comes out with everything's good, but my God, we can do much better. And he never fails to talk about the negative parts. And I like that in a coach. It's not all about sort of gaslighting and blowing smoke up their, it's like, we need to do this better. We know how hard it can get, and that's proof. He reminds them on a daily basis. But I don't know if there's anything else you want to touch on from the Spurs game that we need to.
No. And before we go into post Christmas, I want to do a little bit of a segment about it's a time of gifts right now. We give a lot of people give each other gifts.
I'm awaiting mine, by the way. Thanks.
Yeah.
Don't laugh it off. I'm telling you now, all that merch that you wearing, right? I still haven't received any merch, but I'm gonna call you out live. This is the beauty of live TV, guys. Like Mr. Gags Tandon, right? Mr. Anfield Index has merch coming through the roof, right? And amazing. Go and check everything out, by the way, people. I'm still waiting but anyway, I think I've put it out in the atmosphere. I should be getting something very soon. I'll keep an eye on my post and mail.
Yeah, but we don't really do the gifting ourselves. But hey, if there was one thing, Diwali was a few months back, and Eid's coming in a few months, so we probably don't do the gifting now, right? So maybe different times, but it's known worldwide as a time of gifts. So if you could get one gift, and this isn't anything to do with Liverpool, what would it be, or what would you want to happen? Let's put it that way. Oh my God, Cam is really slapping you here. I think you need to give him a go.
No, he hasn't seen me in ages. I've Cam, you'll be surprised and shocked, brah. I'm telling you now. Take away 3 X's. I'm just 2 XL now. I'm telling you.
So, Adam Patricione as well is asking, are you excited for plane tracking season?
Oh gosh. Honestly,
No.
I've now I recognize who Adam is. He's the plane tracker from yeah. Okay. So Adam, no, there is no plane tracking to be done in January. Don't bother. Do something more constructive with your time, my brother. Like, like I don't know, look after the family or do something or work on your career. Don't, honestly, there's nothing to plane track in January. January is not a time to plane track for me. Summer, we will do the plane tracking thing, but yeah, as a gift, Gags. Wow, you've put me on the spot now. I guess.
Nigel's saying, "Stay humble, keep your feet on the ground." FC. Sorry, that's 2 wishes.
No, that's not really a wish. That's dream. We expect that anyway, right?
Yeah,
kind of expect that from a professional outfit and a team like Liverpool Football Club. Gags, I think I'm going to be so boring. Guys, forgive me for being boring, but I want those 3 contracts signed, sealed, and delivered. I don't think Liverpool Football Club can give us a better gift right now. Now, whether they've manufactured the whole situation scenario in order for it to be like that, as opposed to asking for a Zubimendi or a Kirkes or a whatever, I don't know. But right now, I think, and obviously I'll wait at your answer, and I think the chat will agree, there's nothing better than 3 contracts signed, sealed, and delivered. Massive smiles on their faces, huge scenes of jubilation amongst the Liverpool fan bases. Just imagine Anfield. Just imagine Anfield for the rest of the season. My God, it will be a furnace.
It would be a furnace. Like it's more of a wish than
okay.
So if I could get it, then I think we could probably retire afterwards. I want Liverpool to go undefeated for the rest of the season is the dream. That's the wish that I would want for the rest of the season, undefeated, because I think if we stay undefeated, we literally win everything. So I know I've been saying I just want the league, but I think if I had a dream and if I had a wish and if I could get
greedy,
one gift,
no? Is that greedy? Is that
no, it's just a gift. If a gift is to be undefeated for the whole season, that is what I would ask for, and that is what I would want. So if Liverpool could deliver that by June, that would be great. That would be great.
Well, listen, I need you to start getting on those dreams.
America's quad talk. Here we go.
Well, listen, we're allowed to. We're not. Look, okay,
no, we're not. It's a dream. It's a wish. It's not. I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's no cockiness here. Like, don't get this twisted.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with. Like, I'm not an Arsenal fan, and I'm not going to say we're going to win the league because anything can happen. if you ask me, and we're talking about gifts here and dreams and wishes, if you ask me what I wanted, that is what I want. I want Liverpool to go undefeated for the rest of the season. That is
No,
all.
look, I get it. Look, yeah. Look, I get that,
I'll
and I
take yours
understand that.
too. I'll take yours too, because if I take your wish or the gift you want, then for the next 2-3 years, Liverpool are very, very solid.
Secure.
Very solid. Yeah, secure is a better word. So, that also is superb, because I'd rather it be, because what I'm doing here is I'm not taking any signings into account. I'm not taking any contract signatures into account. They could all leave. But what I get from them in their last year is everything. Everything. And it means that we live an absolute amazing 5 months that we probably never ever forget
Never.
in the history of our supporting this club. And so yeah, it's just the thing that every fan would dream of. Surely.
No, it's fine. And let us know, guys, what if there was one gift that you want from Liverpool, let us know. There's 75 of you guys in here now. We're nearly hitting 50 likes. I like it. You are actually responding and listening. So we absolutely humbled by that. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you
We
so
do
much.
appreciate that. We're coming up to 50 likes. Please, if you could just hit that like button, it helps us so much. And as I said, I haven't even checked how much people watching on Twitter now, but all I know is there's 75 of you guys in here, which is a record for us. Listen, small steps, baby steps. Rome wasn't built in one day. We will get there. Chat G&G will be the LFC program to go to for all talking points. But Gags, of course, no rest for the wicked, as they say. Christmas, shopping, food, family, presents, all of that. But then the serious stuff starts straight away. And it's Leicester City at home.
Oh man.
And then it's West Ham 3 days later away. I want to take both of those games in as a double header in terms of just as opposed to looking just one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any room for complacency. I don't
No.
think we can take our eye off the ball. Do you, from a selection point of view, think about varying it too much?
I do.
2 games in quick succession.
I do. I don't know about Slot, but I do. I don't think Grav has to be rested for one of them. So I don't know
Leicester?
Surely Leicester, because Endo could definitely play at home against Leicester. I think it's time for Endo to get a Premier League start after what he did the other night, last week, as a reward for that, because I thought he was exceptional in that game. He did really well. And against Leicester, who are very low on confidence, just got beaten by Wolves at home 3-0, which is what the hell? Like, come on. The Wolves have not been good all season. So I do think we need to switch it up. Maybe Grav and Dom come out, because Mac has had a bit of a rest in the last few weeks. So Grav and Dom come out, and Curtis and Endo come in with Mac. I don't know. But yeah, that would be Leicester, because I would want to go away to West Ham with a full strength team, personally. I think the away games that we got coming up against Forest, Brentford, and West Ham, we need to be on it for those. The away games have been where we're conceding a lot of goals. We need to be really on it. Now, obviously, Man United at home is big as well.
I was going to say, our next 3 league games, I believe, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, is Leicester City at home, West Ham away, Man United at home. I think that's the next 3. And then those 2 tricky fixtures that you've mentioned. Brentford away, Bournemouth away. Did you say? No, sorry. Forest away, Brentford away.
Bournemouth comes out as well later on in the month, I think, or early Feb. So
I'm going to say now, if we avoid defeat in the 6 games that we've mentioned, we've won the league. No, we've won the league. There's no. I'm on it now.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah. I'm on it. Click this up. Quote me. Say what you want. Do what you want. It won't come back to haunt me. Those 6 league games that you've mentioned, right? What are we talking? We're talking Leicester, West Ham, United, Forest, Bournemouth, and Brentford. If we draw 2 and win the rest, the league's a wrap. The league's a wrap. Gags, get the parade ready, get the food ready, get the barbecue ready, get my gifts ready, get everything ready. I'm gonna be greedy. I want it all. I'm telling you now.
King Winter Soldier saying, "Hey, that's my Grizz."
I'm serious. I haven't, like, I've just been thinking about it, and while you was talking, I was thinking at the same time. I can't, honestly, I don't see us falling after that. These next 6 games, I think the season defining
Well, it's
already.
really interesting. There was, I think Dave Hendrick said something on Twitter as a response to someone, which was funny, about, you know, when Arsenal come to play at Anfield later in the year. And Dave was like, yeah, you'll be giving us the
Parade.
the, the guard of honor. You'll be giving us
That
the
will
guard of honor.
be guard of honor. Sorry, that will be Gags. Can I change my wish again?
You can have a second because you're so special.
Okay. I think the contracts are going to take care of themselves. So I want to retract my wish. Okay. I want Liverpool, please be in such a situation where Arsenal Football Club give us a guard of honor at Anfield. Please. That would be amazing, Gags, especially after all the chat and all the rubbish that we've had to endure, listen, and read to.
Yeah, the latest thing is about Liverpool not having injuries and not going through injury problems. And when, you know, I mean, it's just like these Arsenal fans are just so weird. How can they not see, how many players we have had out and how key those players have been? Konate, Alisson. Yeah, we got players that replaced them and have done well. That's not our fault. We still had injuries. Jota was out for 5-6 weeks. He was playing so well before he got injured.
Did you read that stat? Have you read that stat?
Which
about
one?
Konate has missed more games than Saliba, Gabriel, and there was one other combined. I can't remember the third player that was mentioned in the stat. Someone let me know if you have read it and know about it. That's amazing stat. As you said, Alisson has missed pretty much a huge chunk of the season. Jota, Tsimikas in and out, Robertson in and out. Trent missed a month. Alexander-Arnold missed a month.
Yeah.
You know, people, Jota, Konate, Alisson, 3 of our key players starting all out for extended periods, as Amika says, in the chat. Yeah. It's amazing how people disregard our injuries, but only remember, Arsenal's, there you go. It's quite fascinating.
Shout out to Everton, all friends here until we play.
Well, hey, listen.
Everton have done us a solid.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you. 2 clean sheets against our fiercest rivals this season.
I couldn't believe it. Like, normally,
well done, Everton.
You'd say they would roll over for the rivals.
Yeah.
Normally they wouldn't. United, all of them, they used to roll over for everyone. But now they've just been like, yeah, we've got to be thankful. We've got to be thankful.
Guess who they play next?
Merry Christmas, Everton.
Finally. We mean it as well this time. But but guess who they play next? Man City. Surely not 3 clean sheets in a row. Surely not.
You know what? Can we just talk about Man City for a sec? If we win the game in hand, we could be like 15 points ahead.
They're none of our business, Gags. It's amazing. They're none of our business. We're sitting here talking in December or Christmas time. Man City are none of our business, Gags. What a feeling. But Chelsea and Arsenal absolutely are. People that are saying, stay calm, Grizz, calm down. I'm only saying if. I haven't said we've won the league or we are going to win the league. I'm saying if we avoid defeat in those 6 games, let's just say 2 draws and 4 wins out of those 6 games that we mentioned, and you can go through the games in your own head. If we win 4 and draw 2, I'm going to start singing, and now you're going to believe us. I will start singing, and now you're going to believe us. So make of that what you will.
Yeah, I you know what? I love the confidence, and
I think it's realism. To be honest with you, I don't think it's overconfidence. I think you have to accept levels at that stage, because that will be 8. How many games have we played right now? 16.
That's what 16. Yeah, you're basing it on the next
22 games.
Yeah, we're nearly there. It's like then 16 left, right? At the end of the day. So point is, we'll be way past halfway, and I think also, you know what it'll depend on though, Grizz, is, for example, if we won 4, drawn 2, but Chelsea won 6. We're level.
Chances of Chelsea and Arsenal winning all 6 in that period?
Not Arsenal.
I'm just saying.
But we're doing hypotheticals here. So the point is, Chelsea just had a 7-game win streak come to an end. So possibly could do another 7. Right? We agree? If they've done it once, it's possible to do it again. No?
Agreed.
Okay. So if we won 6 or won 4, drew 2, and they won 6, we're literally just a game in hand ahead.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Then in that case, a rebuttal to that. Not a rebuttal, but a counter proposition. I'm offering you right now then, right? And neither of us are gambling men, but we're just doing sportsman's bet between brothers. I'm offering you now 4 wins and 2 draws out of the next 6. And then you take a risk on what Chelsea or Arsenal or others do. You're unsure of what they do, whatever, but it's a risk you have to take. Are you accepting 4 wins, 2 draws out of the next 6?
No.
You're mad.
I need 5.
You're mad. You're mad.
I need 5 and 1.
No, you're mad.
I agree.
Guys, and the people in the chat, let us know what you think.
I agree with Arj.
Okay, let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the video, in the comments afterwards. Underneath
we need
the video,
to stop the draws.
4 wins and 2 draws right now out of our next 6. I think
in the Premier League, right? Yeah.
In the Premier League, our next 6 games in the Premier League, I'm taking it.
Hazik is agreeing with you, bro.
Yep.
Harshad is saying we need 5. Harsh is saying 5.
Can I say something? I asked the same question to my community on my channel when it was the period where it was
Bob won 6. Bob won 6.
I know, but we're just being that could work. Absolutely, Haytham. I like that thinking. That could work because that's more points, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's 1 more point.
Yeah. It's 1 more point.
I'm telling you, never be too greedy, guys.
No, never be too greedy. I just think it's not about greed, though. It's like what you asked what we would accept, right? That's all. You know, if 4 wins and 2 draws happened, and Chelsea drew 2 as well at the time, or maybe lost 1, and didn't match our points.
Yeah, but we're looking at the balance of probabilities. That's what I'm saying. You have to cater into the fact what you think will happen there, and I can't see them winning all 6.
So
I don't.
Sorry, wrong one. Where has it gone? Bloody yeah, you guys are so fast that my clicking is I don't.
Can I give you a bit of friendly advice?
Yeah.
I should tell you in private, but it's more fun when I tell you in public. Any comment that you like, just star it, and it will come up automatically. Then you can go back to it anytime you want. Just star it.
Gotcha.
And it will open the starred comments, and then you can bring it up. You don't have to go searching for it. So anything that tickles your fancy, just star it. But yeah, loads. I think I've triggered the chat now. Loads are coming through now. But guys, all I'm saying is I will take it. If you disagree, no problem. We'll come and talk at the end of 6 games where we've dropped points, and then I'm going to slap you all virtually and say, why was you greedy? I offered you 14 points out of 18. And you scoffed.
Oh God, Cam.
Yeah, but that shows you his level of maths and how much education he went through, brother. We
got Goal Galtico, and he's saying any podcast with Grizz is wicked.
I appreciate the love, my brother. This is the place where it's happening, though. Come and check out Anfield Index. As I said,
Grizz. Emeka's got a great question for you. Then, if you're saying 4, which ones are you okay dropping points in?
Did you say away to Forest, away to Bournemouth, away to Brentford? Right now, if you gave me a point away to Brentford, I'll accept that because they're the form team around right now. And I guess
Adam's
Forest,
saying 4 wins, 2 draws, and a left back, and you got a deal.
Yeah. Transfers. Our left back situation is absolutely fine until the end of the season. There, I've said it. Until the end of the season, our left back scenario is fine. If you want to put yourselves in a strop about it and get worked up about it, that's up to you. But for me, Tsimikas and Robertson are good enough if both are fit and rotated and played infrequently. I think they're both able deputies for each other until the end of the season where we address it. That's my take on it.
So Brett Young saying Forest and Bournemouth are the
There you
two
go.
that you could draw with.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But I honestly think we could beat Forest, you know.
I hear you. I hear
I
you.
think they'll be really up for it because they'll want to attack us. And I just think there'll be something in our players to say we got to do these guys over once, you know, because I think if there's one game where they will feel the pain, that was the one this season. So, and
But it's something to look forward
this is a
to.
great comment. Slot has something for Forest, trust me.
Oh, oh man, that will be amazing, intriguing how he builds up to that game.
It is
And
intriguing.
the mind games, everything about it, around it.
No. I do think, look, 4 wins, 2 draws ain't bad. I just think the draws have cost us so many times, Grizz, that when someone offers me draws, I get nervous, man.
I know what you mean.
Nervous, you know, and then a team that just goes on a run just swallows those points up against us, you know. And I think we need to be the team swallowing the points this time, you know. And yeah, anyway, Grizz, this has been fantastic. Thank you very much.
I think this has been, I don't know if it's the festive spirit and cheer, but the comments have been absolutely popping off. We love it. We love it. This is what I mean. When you come over to the YouTube, we're able to talk to you.
Yeah.
Indirectly, directly. So listen, get over onto the YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and Gags, we've got so much to look forward to, man.
We have, and I can't wait to do this again at some point next week. Maybe we'll try and find a similar time just because it's new. Oh no, it's not Boxing Day next week. Next week it'll be this Jan 2nd. So I don't know. Are we playing on the 2nd?
I'm gonna check it.
We probably will. We'll sort out the scheduling and we'll let you guys know in advance again. But Grizz, thank you very much, and hope you have.
Thank you very much. Because every time you thank me, I'm going to thank you. So stop thanking me. Remember, it doesn't work.
Happy holidays, brother.
Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to everyone.
And I'm going to let you and the family
I started it, so I'm going to let Gags close it off.
Yeah, I'm hoping you're having a great time with your family over the next few days. Well, the next week, because we get Christmas and New Year, and the kids love it, and everybody has a great time. So, yeah, wishing you the best with you and your family, and everybody who's listening and watching. Yeah, both of us wish you all and your families a great time as well over this festive period. And yeah, thank you so much for all the likes. Like Grizz said, we really appreciate that. This is the type of interaction, engagement we really want, and we want this show to grow. So yeah, thank you. We really appreciate you and hope you have a great week ahead. Have a great one.
Take care.
And
I echo those sentiments.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Up the Reds.